Hi there, guys. Just a quick response rant, really. Just been watching Dan Wooten's Outspoken thing where they got what's her fucking face? Stephanie AlterNerd. Fucking hell! Oh my god, that woman's thick as shit. Anyway, and Based and Bougie reacting to this whole EthNat thing. In particular, there was a Good Friday show on Wooten's Air channel, where he was with some EthNat guy apparently, and two clergy, and Ricky, I'm gonna heal the sick Muslims on the street, Doolin. Oh god, clown. Anyway, yeah, they were reacting to this and talking about this. Oh, this is ethno-nationalism and blah 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 blah. Well, here's the thing, and I want to do this. I've been wanting to do this for a while, actually. So I'm going to do this. In particular, somebody like Based and Bougie, really. There's a few things, and I'm really sick and tired of this fucking EthNat argument debate. It's seemingly a lack of education, or it's just basically, essentially, just a bunch of CivNats doing that left-wing thing where they pretend not to understand, basic fucking shit, basically. Ethno-nationalism. Here's the thing for people like Bougie and for Wooten. Here's the thing, ethno-nationalism consists of two things, yeah? One, an ethnic people have the right to self-determination in their homeland. Secondly, that policies should be created to prioritise an ethnic people in their homeland. It's what every country outside of the white Western European world does, okay? Japan, they have policies that limit immigration so that this shit doesn't happen. Because this is the problem that we're in now. Remigration is the only answer at this point, because the replacement is so severe, so extreme in this country. In 15 years, the English will be a minority in England. That's how bad this shit's getting. So unless we do remigration, we're done. Now, to somebody like Bougie, what she needs to seriously think about is, what kind of Britain does she think she's going to be living in when the ethnic British are no longer a majority in this country? And at that, preferably a super majority, which is the country she'll have grown up in if she was born here, yeah? Which I'm not 100% sure if she was, she wasn't. Is she going to be deported under an ethno-nat or a Restore Britain government, which, by the way, aren't ethno-nats? They just see the same kind of problems that we see and want to do something about it. But my point is, what kind of Britain do you think you're going to have when the British are a minority, or in England when the English are a minority? It ain't going to be a Britain that you're particularly going to want to live in, is it? Which is why you claim to be some kind of patriot, and you'll go on your, Tommy Two Shekels marches, Unite the Cringedom and all that horse shit, where they'll every flag under the fucking sun's fucking waving around. It's absolute bollocks. The civic nationalist position at this point is little more than replacement enthusiasm. That's basically what it is. Save my favourite brown or black person. It's absolutely crazy. There's nobody's saying that we're going to deport all these people and, they all must go and all this stuff. Somebody like Bougie's absolutely fine to stay here. There's, 15, 16 million non-native people in this country. Do we want to deport all those people? No, of course we don't. What we want to deport is the boat people, for a start. They need to go. We need to deport, the 1.5 million, illegal citizens in the country. Then you got the 2 million that have come over on somebody else's work visa, and they're fucking taking the absolute piss because all they've done is sit on benefits, social housing, all this kind of crap. They need to go. You're probably talking 5-6 million people. And unless we do that, and the only reason to do that is essentially to give ourselves breathing room and space, so we can create some policies so we can encourage the native people to have more children, which is the ultimate goal here, is to do that, so that we don't find ourselves in this situation again, because otherwise it will just repeat itself. Yeah? So this is what we need to do. If you're going to have these debates all the time, at least fucking learn something from it. Yeah? Ethno-nationalism isn't this scary, dark, horrible thing. But what I can guarantee you, 100%, I don't know whether that guy on that they were responding to is a true ethno-nat or what he is. I've given you the two, the only two beliefs of an ethno-nat. You know, a lot of people will claim ethno-nationalism, but they're just fucking nasty people. They don't like, you know, people of other colours. I myself, I don't really give a shit. What I care about is my own people. I don't want my country, my home, which I don't have any other, by the way. I don't want to be replaced in it. I don't want future generations to have to deal with that shit just because we did nothing. Yeah? I'm not prepared to do that. And many of us, far more than I think people want to realise, feel exactly the same fucking way. So just wake up to it, stop having a fucking go at it. And again, for somebody like Bougie and all these other fucking CivNats, stop your bollocks. Stop being replacement enthusiasts. Get behind Restore Britain, because they're the only party that's going to fucking try and solve this problem. Because trust me, if they don't get in power, and I'm not trying to put a threat or anything like that out there, what I will say is, if they don't get in power, what do you think's going to happen next? Yeah? Because the next lot that come along, because by that point, in 2034 or whatever, it's going to be so fucking bad that people will go along with anything. They'll follow anybody. What do you think that's going to fucking look like? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, hope you don't mind this rant. That's me done. Cheers. Thanks for listening to it. Thanks, guys.